Impressive.
And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Sunday. How is everyone tonight? J-Lash with the thumbs ups. Appreciate you, J-Lash. Thanks for being here, friend. Really wish you talked. Be happy to have a conversation with you, but I always appreciate your thumbs ups. Thumbs ups to J-Lash. I always know I'm going to have a decent stream if J-Lash has his thumbs ups in the chat. Eagles Pro says hi. Greetings, Eagles Pro. Happy Sunday to you. Miko is here. Miko says hello, Super Antonio and Sadie. Hello, mods. Howdy, folks. Greetings, Miko. I hope you enjoyed the viewer pet show last night. It was sure great to see your little menagerie or zoo. Eagles Pro says, Super Antonio, the video's out. You should check it out. I shall. And Bat Zaro says, howdy. Greetings, Bat Zaro. Happy Sunday. And welcome. Just going to hang out for a little bit, have a nice conversation, drink some green tea, talk about our weekend, talk about the week, talk about what we had for dinner. We are joined once more by our channel co-host, Sadie, the channel dog, who is not asleep, but wanting to be asleep. 9 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Happy Sunday. She keeps looking for dead baby birds. So embarrassing. Every tree she encounters, she has to do a little circle because there might be a dead baby bird. She can have anything she wants. She can, you would think I never feed her. She can have as many potent canine treats as she wants, but she would rather have a 1-star rotten meat, damp feather chicken McNugget of sadness. That's exciting to her. What's that about? Anyways, we're here. I'm here. How are you, friends? Batzaro says tea for me as well. Jasmine, I love jasmine tea. Reminds me of my mother. Very aromatic jasmine tea. Yeah, I have some green tea. I have green tea and just water. I drink 2 of these today. So this is the second one. This liter of water. Did a little workout before the stream. I don't usually work out on Sunday, but I ate a little more than I anticipated because I was out with family. Eagle says, I had green tea and just had a McDonald's. Well, you deserved a break today. So, yeah, I did a little workout, and I feel better after that. And I'm looking a little vascular. Well, let's see. No, you can't really see in this light. But, yeah, so worked out. Did my push-ups and my chin-ups and my pull-ups and my jump ropes. Bat Zaro says, love green tea. Green tea is my favorite, I think, as far as teas go. Or it's the one I drink the most of. I suppose we could read some comments as we wait for the chat to roll in. Let's see if there are any interesting comments. This one is interesting. I don't necessarily like their username, but he has a picture of Beavis. So it's his username is GodHatesYou6878, and he says, "Need help. I played this on PS4. Oh, it's on the Fairvale Shanty Gold Nugget video." And he says, "Need help. I played this on PS4 and had no problems that I can remember, but now I'm playing on PS5. And one, the trains don't work. I was able to take the train from Valentine to Saint Denis, but now no trains work. The buck trinket doesn't work. I've killed a lot of 2-star animals and never got a 3-star. I can't imagine the buck trinket doesn't work, but you can't. The buck antler trinket won't upgrade a 2-star into a 3-star. It'll just help you preserve the 3-star and give you a better chance of keeping it at a 3-star level. Josh, greetings, Josh. Says, playing as John, Abigail left me, so I'm going to keep taking baths and accepting help by females. That sounds like a plan, Josh. You're on a break. Don't tell Abigail. And as far as PS5, you know, I play on PS4. I don't have a PS5, so I don't know. I'm not sure. It does sound like your game is glitched. You probably have a digital version. So, can't really help you on that one. And let's see. On the Brindle O'Driscoll ambush, to get the free Brindle, RG808 asks, what if the event had already happened, but you didn't know any better? Will the event happen over and over again, or is it a one-off and now over? Will it happen again? Regrettably, RG, it will not. That's your one chance in Chapter 2, but you can get one in Chapter 3. Thud93, Factory 51, who has been very active in the chat. He's here sometimes, and I didn't realize they had been subscribed for 4 years. So pretty much since the channel started. Thank you, Thud Factory. Says, New Austin is ironically my favorite place on the map. I wish Arthur was allowed here in some story missions, and without the use of an exploit. Yeah, we all wish that. 10 viewers in the chat. Happy Sunday. Welcome, friends. And then Dirty Little Scrub commented on a Mustang video and says, Mustangs have beautiful manes and you give it a mohawk. Yes, 4 years later, I'm being petty and saying this. Well, I can understand that. People are very passionate about the mohawk. They're either on Team Mohawk or they're not. I use the mohawks to distinguish my videos from everyone else's. And I like how even 4 years later we'll get comments on, you know, kind of hate comments or critical comments on people who don't like the Mohawks. You're so impassioned that you'll comment on an old video and bump it up in the algorithm, and I appreciate that, friend. Batzaro says to Josh, can't bring myself to take deluxe baths with John. All the time with Arthur. I'm also in a long unmarried relationship. Yeah, I do feel a little guilty about it, but, you know, what can you do? Guilt is a part of life, and you'll regret it either way. Plus, you need to check out the Tumbleweed Bath Girls. And J-Dog, commenting on the top 10 greatest horses for John post-game in Red Dead Redemption 2, another old video, says Buell is the best for Arthur in my opinion. Him being a pig-headed bastard or brute makes the two almost made for each other and makes his horse's death more meaningful. For John, I would go with the Dark Bay. It's fast, strong, not as skittish as an Arabian, and the coat clashes well with John. You can also find him out in the desert for free. And Eagle says, that's what he said. Scrolling, just looking for interesting comments. Not really seeing anything right now. I think we're all caught up. Okay. And back to the chat. The chat hasn't progressed. 8 viewers. Greetings, friends. Happy Sunday. We'll just hang out for a bit. See how you're doing. See what you had for dinner. Eagles says, I was going to say that's what she said, but I'm in a mood, so I didn't. Well, I appreciate you being here, Eagles. That Zaro is laughing. That Zaro is new to the chat, or at least your username is. Have you been here before? Do we know you from another username? And Miko says, I usually apply the Mohawk on the Mustangs only. It suits them somehow. Yes, the dorsal stripe. I did Mohawks on the Mustangs first, Miko, because I liked the continuation of the dorsal stripe all the way to the top of the head. I thought that looked cool. And then I started using it on every horse simply because it caused such dissension in the comments. Except for the horses that you can't replicate the manes on. Buell, Biscuit, of course. There's a couple others that you can't really replicate the mane color. And Eagle says, now that's what she said. I saw a bunch of family at lunch. We had dim sum for my mother's birthday. And I saw, I don't know if O-Dog's here. Greetings, O-Dog. O-Dog says, hello, everyone. Here, just in the loft. That's fine, O-Dog. Appreciate you, friend. Happy Sunday. So, yeah, I have an update on my cousin who I was pretty sure was getting catfished on Tinder. He showed me a picture of a lovely Ukrainian woman who looked like an Instagram model, and I immediately thought he was being catfished. But I wasn't going to say that to him because he was so happy that a woman this attractive could be interested in him. And my sister took a look at the picture and thought she looked like AI, and I didn't think she was AI. I thought she looked just heavily filtered. So I had the dilemma of, do I tell him or do I not tell him? And I decided that it's harmless as long as he doesn't send her any money. Puts a little spring in his step. And I'm not going to be the one to shatter someone's illusion or romance by saying that this woman is too hot for you. There's no way this is real. I'm not. No. And also the romantic in me says maybe it is true. Maybe it's love. You can never tell. Who can tell the mysteries of the human heart? So, Odog, thank you so much. Odog says, happy heavenly birthday to your mom. Appreciate you, Odog, and to yours, and to you. Everyone wish Odog a happy birthday. So anyways, I saw him today, and I asked him about his young lady friend, and he said, and he just you could tell the look on his face. It was like, oh, that's all he said, and I was like, okay, good. He figured it out, and she wanted him to switch over to some app that you have to pay to chat with her. It's not OnlyFans, It's like, so I feel she was a bot, and you have to pay to have a conversation with her. And she said it was for her safety. Okay, whatever. So that was kind of, I'm glad that happened. I'm glad he figured it out. And but it seemed to me that she was a bot, because if she were like an OnlyFans girl, a real lady, a real bath lady, she would have just sent him over to her OnlyFans page. But, this seemed like an AI situation, so my sister was correct. It's very sad. Miko says, now that's sketchy. Yeah, super sketchy, Miko. So I told him that, about, I don't have any personal experience with Match.com, but I have two cousins, two female cousins who met their husbands on Match.com and are happily married and have kids. And then one of my best friends met his girlfriend on Match.com, and they've been together for like 10 years, living together, in a committed relationship. So I told them about Match.com, and I mentioned those three couples, and I said, so that algorithm seems to work. And he just looked at me and said, not for me. Serena's here. Serena says, hi, Antonio, I'm here. Everybody say hi to Serena. And Serena says, hi, everyone. And Josh says, many people think Karen died, but she actually dropped off and joined OnlyFans. And now she's a millionaire, Josh. And she lives in a high-rise. She lives in the penthouse suite of the Sandini Hotel. What was I going to say? So yeah, he said, he had horrible experiences on Match.com, and then he said that that the women were racist to Asian men on Match.com, which I do not deny that racism exists, and that and that I've experienced racism, even though I've experienced racism in this chat. What's that about? But it's not. I've always considered it more rude behavior that is now being interpreted as racism, and also can't say racism now. I understand, that I have a completely different circumstance to him, but I've never had a racist encounter during all of my romantic adventures. But I'm Super Antonio. So I told them, I said, that's sad. So I told them, quite honestly, that that you should, I prefer to meet women and analog out in real life, and I told him to do martial arts. So I said, and then I went off on a tangent about jujitsu, and I said, yeah, you could do jujitsu. That's wrestling. You might be able to wrestle a girl. And then I said, but you might be humiliated when she gets you into a rear naked choke and you have to tap out. And you should have seen the look in his face when he was thinking about it, envisioning it. And it's like, you know, that kind of appealed to him, which I liked. And so, I went on with it. And, I said, you go in there, you learn a new skill, you gain some confidence. It doesn't, you meet some new people, you get out of your circle, and you do something new. And even if you don't meet someone romantically in the, in your class, maybe you go to somebody's birthday party and you meet somebody's roommate or somebody's sister or somebody's best friend. It's like your relationship will fractal out, but your life will change if you just change one part of it and do something completely different. And also I mentioned salsa dancing, which I don't think you'd have a problem being an Asian male in salsa dancing. There's a lot of Asians and Hispanics enjoy salsa dancing, and the ratio is like 10-1 females to men, and you get to learn a new skill. And if you like to dance, if you like that music, it would be fun. So he thanked me for my advice, and I just laughed and said, I don't know what I'm talking about. I really don't. But that's what I would do if I was looking. Where are we? Serena says, hi, Miko. Hi, Eagles. Hi, Josh. And Serena watched your video, Eagles. And Betzaro says, my best friend met his wife on Match. Married 16 years, 5 kids. I used it and met a crazy lady. Yeah, it works for some, not all. I've never tried it. I have no experience. I've got experience with Tinder, of course, but not on any of like the real like matchup sites. I've never really looked for a girlfriend on Tinder. And I haven't been on Tinder in years, pre-COVID. I don't even have that account. Josh says hello, probably to you, Star Hearts. And Eagle says, your best friend must be a champ. And Batzaro says, both have really good government jobs. That's good. That means they've got pension too. So anyways, that was my good deed for the day. It's helping my cousin. Oh, and the other thing, I asked him if he was like, he is seriously looking for a relationship, like someone to marry. So I was like, okay, well, then you gotta go to like Match.com and then, or get out there, put yourself out there. Miko says, I'm an ugly fool, but I'll never try any dating site or app. You're not ugly, Miko. You have a heart of gold, and the right woman will see it. But yeah, I understand. I mean, it's like, that means you're like, you got to meet them in real life so they can get to know you. You got to do it the analog way, which is how I do it. If I was going to do it. Miko, take a class. Or teach a class. Perhaps you can teach a class on herptile maintenance. I don't know. Eagle says, my girlfriend is the one that my daughter, and now I have to deal with. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Eagles. But I wish you Godspeed. Yeah, so he's like looking to settle down. So we'll see how he does. He's got a. Oh, he told me about this horrifying Tinder date. Um, so I literally told him just delete that app immediately. So this woman who was in town, um, swiped right, and they set up a date. And she said, "Could you pick me up after work? I work at a car dealership." So he went to the car dealership, and she tried to sell him a car. She's trying to get sales. She's using Tinder to get lonely men into. Would you like to buy a car? So it's so like, I'm so glad I'm not online. Well, yeah, as I talk to all of you, I'm so glad I'm not looking for anyone online. Mama One's here. Greetings, Mama One. Everyone say hello to Mama One. Odog says, met mine on Plenty of Fish. Yeah, Odog. I couldn't remember Plenty of Fish. I've heard good things about Plenty of Fish as well. And Eagle says, hi, Mama One. And Serena says, hi, Mama, and say hi to Papa One. We're kind of talking about dating, Mama One. I met my cousin, and I gave him a lot of advice on how to meet young women who are not bath ladies. Yeah, so if you ever get swiped right on Tinder and she asks you to meet her at a car dealership, don't go. Batzaro says, yeah, I've only had bad experiences online. Well, it's easy, I've just been very lucky. I take good photos, and I'm charming, and I'm good at flirting, but I've never, I would never use Tinder to like meet anyone serious. Odog says, hey, Mama One, with the clapping hand emoticon, I think, or a wave emoticon. Mama One says, hey, Serena. Papa One says hello. There, Serena. You made a new friend. What's that about? Miko says, here we have those who ask you out for coffee and then try to recruit you into networking. Yeah. Eagle says, never online, date ladies and gentlemen. And Mama One says, hey, Batzaro. Hey, Odog. Hey, Eagles. And Josh says, can't trust these online women. That's why I'm in an open relationship with Eagle Flies. Okay, Josh, I'm happy for you. And again, Godspeed. Yeah, I don't have problems meeting women personally, but I'm also not, I'm not looking, so I'm not putting out a vibe, like, hey, I'm superantonio. It's like I'm just living my life, and I think women are attracted to that kind of confidence and independence. But yeah, me and the dog, we meet someone new. I would say maybe 50% of the time that we go out. So like, 3 or 4 times a week. No, actually, because we go out twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, 3 times a day. So, we probably meet between 5 and 10 women in a week, not counting the regulars that we know now. What's that about? Mama One says, dating online is for people who are only interested in playing around. Yes, Mama One, that's true, but there are sites like Odog mentioned Plenty of Fish and Match.com where you can actually meet serious people who want to be in a relationship. And I was talking to my cousin. I was telling him that I know 2 cousins and a best friend who. Like the 2 cousins have kids, are married with kids, and the best friend, he's lived with his girlfriend for almost 10 years now. And Mama One says, hey, Miko. And Miko says, I agree with Eagles Pro. And Eagle says, Mama One, are you married? I never asked. Yes, she is. And Bat Zero says, if I try, I can't meet women. Met my now girlfriend. Stopped in traffic 3 hours. Going on 6 years. Well done, Bat Zero. That's what you call a meet cute. Serena says, I'm not allowed to go online dating. My family won't let me. No, Serena, you're never, ever, ever, ever allowed. Don't even think about it. Don't make me lock up your phone. Bat Zaro says, that's a good thing, Star Hearts. Trust me. Yes. Yeah. No good will come of it. Mama One says, as long as you're confident, you're fine. Also, don't make dating your whole life. Exactly. Me and my Papa One have been married 45 years, and yet we still do our own thing. We run a ranch, but we aren't always together. And Eagle says, good, never do, Serena. And Serena says, thank you, Batzaro. Yeah, Serena, nothing good will come of it. Besides, it's easier for girls. You know, a girl pretty much just has to walk outside and, you know, she's going to be inundated with male attention. Even before the internet. That's just how it works. Batzaro says, her mom calls us the meet cutes. Yeah, that's a classic meet cute. And Serena says, no, Eagles Pro, I never will. Words to live by. So yeah, I can understand like online dating if you're shy or if you like you feel you can present yourself better in text, you know, or in emails. But for me personally, I present myself better in real life in conversation. Mama One says too many people make dating their main goal. It drives women crazy when a guy does his own things. And Batzaro says you're the only other person I've heard say it. Meet cute? Yeah, that's kind of a movie term. You know, the meet cute. Who was talking about romantic comedies, rom-coms? There was one when I got Sadie. There was a movie that I'd never seen from the 90s called it's from 2005. It's called Must Love Dogs, and it stars Diane Lane and John Cusack, and I like both those actors. And the premise is Diane Lane puts an ad out, you know, looking for, you know, a boyfriend, and she, you know, one of the things is must love dogs, and John Cusack pretends he loves dogs, and but they, you know, and that's how you get your meet cute. But then, yeah, of course, ends up loving dogs. And I thought I would watch it with Sadie, but we watched the trailer, and the trailer pretty much told me everything I needed to. The trailer pretty much ruined the movie for me. I watched it in 2 minutes, and I was like, okay, well, I don't need to see that. Let's just watch John Wick again. And Miko says, yeah, don't put people on a pedestal. I don't know how to say pedestalize. And Mama One says, I had a niece that married a Marine she met online. They only video chatted for 5 months. They divorced on their 1-year anniversary. My niece isn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. Yeah, you know, the heart wants what the heart wants, Mama One, and the heart can change their mind. They, you know, like, who knows the mysteries of the human heart. But yeah, it's really easy to get carried away, especially if you're younger. by the emotion, by the falling in love and falling in love with the concept of being in love, and that endorphin rush. Batzaro says, that's why I'm glad I had an honest mama. She told me, yes, women want to be told they're pretty, but don't butter them greasy. I like that, Batzaro. Josh says, stay blessed, Antonio. I got to get some sleep. Thanks for all the content. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you being here, and thanks for watching. I appreciate your views. And Serena says, bye, gosh. Bye, Josh. Good night. Bye, gosh. Bye, Jolly. And Batzaro says, night, Josh. And look, Sadie went up on her own. Did she know we were talking about her? Or is she attracted to the potent canine bait? Serena, she keeps looking for dead baby birds. So embarrassing. She can have all the potent canine bait she wants, and she would prefer a dead baby bird. What's that about? So, Batzaro says, puppy. Yes, here, say hi to everyone in the chat. Say hi to Mama One and Serena and Josh and Batzaro and Miko and Odog, who's lurking, and Eagles. She's so tired. Serena says, hi, Sadie Beautiful. And Batzaro says, I just realized who Sadie was. Yeah, Batzaro, you're new to the chat. Sadie is our channel co-host. And she usually is asleep. I don't know why she's awake. She must have heard me talking about her. It's interesting. She knows I'm not talking to her. And it's, that used to confuse her when she was younger. And sometimes when we watch one of my videos, just to see how it's doing and how it looks on the TV, that'll super confuse her, because she'll look at the TV, then she'll look at me, then she'll look at the TV. It's really funny. It's like, how is he doing that? He is a god. Mama One says, Papa One hated that guy even though Papa One was a Marine. He says that guy who never fought in combat acted like he was an Iwo Jima, always saying he was a Marine. Yeah, Papa One knows. And Batzaro says, she's a pretty lady. Yes, she certainly is. And Batzaro says, she's making sure you're not talking bad about her, LOL. Yes, no, I'm not talking bad about her at all. How could I? Yeah, she's, I'm pretty much just happy with her. So yeah, we went out for lunch, and I got a lot of leftovers, and an auntie gave me a huge, tray of slow roasted pork, far more than I could ever eat. I'm going to freeze most of it, so this one was very happy. And some macaroni and cheese, I gave that to her too. And what else? And then a big, we haven't even opened it yet, a big bag of Dove chocolates. And I do like to have a little bit of chocolate for dessert. I can't share it with her. Chocolate is toxic to dogs, but chocolate will release the same endorphins as falling in love. Falling in love again. So I like to have that just little chocolate burst every day, just to feel it. Mama One says, Papa wants Sadie. He said she's a little doll. She sure is. I don't know what I'd do without her. She literally saved my life. Well, okay, not literally, but she changed my life. Let's put it that way. Serena says, I love dark chocolate. I wish you were here. I wish I could. I wish, because she also gave me a dark chocolate bar, and I don't love dark chocolate. I know it's better for you. Serena says, Antonio, you sing well. Thank you, Serena. I haven't felt like singing lately. Mama One says it's toxic to horses too. Most animals can't digest it. Interesting. Yeah, so I generally, my diet, I want to eat things that I can share with her. Not to like overindulge, but it's like I'm happy to like share my meals with her so she can see what I'm eating. She is not happy to share her meals with me. I mean, not that I want to eat a baby, not that I want to eat a dead baby bird. Bazzaro says, can't stand dark chocolate. Yeah, it's so good for you. It's like liking kale and I don't know. Serena says, just waiting for David's parcel. Hasn't arrived yet. I think he put his snacks in too. Yes, he did, Serena. I asked him to. I made him. Sadie moved her crate. She'd had enough of the chat. Yeah, it'll get there, Serena. It's probably on a slow boat. Mama One says, we had a guy bring in his dog when I worked as a vet tech. He gave the dog crunch bars. Oh no. She could not pass the chocolate, so it created a blockage. We had to put her down, and she was only 3. I felt bad. Yeah, I'd feel bad too. That's so sad. But no, yeah, we don't have to worry about it. I'd never give her any chocolate. And it's nowhere where she could get at it. Serena says, my favorite chocolate is cherry ripe. I'm not sure what that is, so I'm going to look it up. Cherry ripe bars, candy. Australia's oldest candy bar, an indulgent and rich treat. It's by Cadbury. You can buy them on Amazon. It's $25. Oh, it looks interesting. It looks like a Twix that has like a cherry flavored Twix, but the chocolate and cherry combo is a good combo. It's a classic. It looks crunchy. Serena, I like toffee, English toffee. Serena says, thanks, Antonio. He did ask me what snacks to put in the parcel. I told him to put American snacks in there, and Eagle says, Mama One, you worked at the vet. Batzaro says, poor pup. And Miko says, I don't like nuts and chocolate, but I'll tolerate almonds. I love nuts and chocolate, Miko. What's that about? Chocolate-covered macadamias, chocolate-covered almonds especially. I like the chocolate and the crunch. Mama One says, I'm a retired vet tech specializing in equestrian and farm animals. And Batzaro says, oh, that looks good, Star. I had to search it. Batzaro also says, that's awesome, Mama One. And Serena says, I don't like nuts and chocolate. I'm allergic. That's because you're nutty enough, Serena. Serena says, it's yummy, cherry ripe. I also like flake. Cadbury's made like a fruit and nut chocolate bar that I also loved, but you can't really get, I don't think. I looked it up on Amazon. But I think it was just like chocolate, raisin, and nut. Batzaro says, I'm allergic to coconut. That's very sad. I'm very sorry to hear that, Batzaro. I love coconut. And I made Serena laugh. I'm glad you laughed, Serena. I'm just teasing you. I only tease the people out of affection. Mama once says, we live somewhere rural, so we would treat any animal except zoo animals. I also ran a small horse ranch. We still have chickens and grow a garden, but the animals are down to chickens and farm dogs. Yeah, I dated a vet tech for a while, but she worked at a biotech facility, so she was in charge of the rats that they experiment on, that they like smear lipstick on and inject with the T virus. That's a Resident Evil reference. Batzaro says, I love the way it smells, safely. And Batzaro must be talking about coconuts. And she had 2 pet rats that she swore were very intelligent. They would like crawl up and down her shoulder. They were very affectionate, and it really creeped me out. They were their cage was on the dresser in her bedroom, and so we spent a lot of time over at my place because it seemed awkward. It was awkward. I couldn't, but so it would never work out. But yeah. Oh, and then I dated another vet tech. I've dated a lot of vet techs. What's that about? And she actually worked in a regular pet hospital. I've completely forgot about her. Mama once says, my last 2 horses passed away in 2019 and 2022. We're getting older, so horses require too much that we just don't feel we can give. We occasionally watch horses and break horses, but they only stay. And Serena says, oh, I would be screaming if a rat crawled on me, LOL. A few days, Mama once says. They only stay a few days. Batzaro says, I have chickens, goats, and a garden. We had horses when I was growing up. That means, Batzaro, you have infinite eggs. Serena says, sorry to hear that, Mama One. I love horses. Batzaro says, that's what happened with my dad. I joined the army and he had a knee replacement. Batzaro, I like your username. Before I settled on Darth Superantonio, the second channel was actually, the first name for the second channel was Batmantonio. And I like that, but, I'm not really a DC guy. It wasn't really telling. It wasn't really in the spirit of the channel. Also, I noticed something that's not necessarily true. But DC characters all have capes. And the Marvel characters mostly do not have capes. Doctor Strange, Thor in the comic books has a cape. But mostly the Marvel characters don't have capes. What's that about? So I think that's kind of like the way that they kind of decided, or Stan Lee perhaps was like, no capes. Mama once says, I hate rats. Only animals I can't stand besides capuchin monkeys. They throw their waste and they get aggressive as they get older. We treated one named Nero for this old lady in 1994, and he was a biter. Batzaro says, didn't you used to play Arkham? You're thinking of Serena. No, actually I did. Yeah, but, it's like, it wasn't, I'm just not a DC guy except for Wonder Woman. So, I'm more of a Marvel guy. Pazzaro says, I don't like rats, but I have a stray cat buddy that brings me bodies. Yeah, Serena played the Batman game. You played Arkham Asylum, I think. Pazzaro says, been a fan a long time and have a bad memory. Yeah, I didn't play Arkham on the channel. And I didn't play it on the second channel. I played Life is Strange, Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. What else? The Witcher 3, but we're doing Witcher Wednesdays now. On Wednesdays, we Witcher. And a couple other games. Second channel never really took off, so now I'm doing like just movie-related stuff. And Mama One, speaking about her horses, I think, says, Serena, it really hurts to lose them, and knowing that was it was an emotional moment, especially all those years when it was me, Papa One, and my father-in-law working with horses. End of an era. Yeah, it's sad. Like, even talking about it, even reading it sounds sad. Mama One says, we kept it up for years after my father-in-law passed, but you got to know when to retire. And Serena says, yes, it would hurt, Mama One. Yeah, you enter, there's phases in life to everything. There's a season. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. The Birds, that's a great song. Is that Ecclesiastes? Yeah, it's Ecclesiastes. Catholic school. Bazzaro says, lost one horse. Can't imagine having to go through that multiple times, Mama One. And Eagle says, Super Antonio, have you played Dead Rising? I have not. Dead Rising. That's a zombie game. It's Capcom. Capcom Vancouver. I do like Capcom because of Resident Evil. Serena says, Antonio and friends, did you watch the latest video I uploaded on Grand Theft Auto? I saw the thumbnail for it. I was saving it. Serena, I'll drop a like after this live stream. 12 years in the chat. Welcome, friends. Happy Sunday. Just kind of hanging out. Mumbo One says, I have a lock of each horse's tail. I personally own 22 horses through my life, raced and broke hundreds, maybe thousands. Wow. And no wonder you love this game, Mama One. And Serena says, I'm going to play Red Dead 2 later. I miss Arthur. Probably play as John too. And Miko watched your Grand Theft Auto video, Serena. And Serena says, thank you, Antonio. Eagle says to Mama One, I'm sorry about that. Serena got more subs. Well done, Serena. Bazzaro has got to go. Good night, all. I'll be back for sure. We'll be doing a live stream on Wednesday. Taking Monday off for the foreseeable future. Just kind of ease back on the live streams. And then free roam Fridays, of course. Mama One says, we always styled tails a certain way as our trademark. My father-in-law hated branding. He said it was very painful for no reason. And Serena says, thank you, Miko. And Miko says, night, Bazzaro. Mama One says, thanks, Eagles. It's nice to relive the glory days. And that's the last of the green tea. So yeah, I had a good day. I wasn't looking forward to it because we are technically celebrating my mother's birthday. But I got through it, and I wasn't I wouldn't say I wasn't sad. It's like I could control my sadness. I wasn't overwhelmed with sadness or overwhelmed with grief, as I thought I would be. I could laugh and remember happy times. Um, so that was good. And, I ate too much, but that's okay. And I brought home a lot of leftovers for the dog, who was very happy, even though she did go out and look for her and on her hunt for dead baby birds and had to examine every tree. What's that about? So embarrassing. But yeah, I had a good day, especially after I did my workout. And then I get to talk to all of you fine people. Mama One says, Super Antonio, I hope you know how much you mean to us. You have touched so many lives, and Papa One and myself are honored to call you our friend. Same with all the community you started here. You are so loved. Oh, I appreciate you saying that, Mama One. That means a lot to me, especially coming from you. And, it's great to have you here. I'm glad I made you a mod. Um, you, sh- you should get Papa One an account. Somebody's barking outside. That's not... I don't know if you can hear that. That's not our dog. But yeah, it's like... It's strange to have, like, this community grow up, just among us, among you. Like, organically, as I always like to say. I just brought all these people here. And I always feel my greatest achievement is getting the chat to make friends with each other and have relationships outside of the chat, and then continue on without me. I like that. Miko says, "Hear, hear." You hear, Miko. I don't even know what that means. That's another thing. If I get embarrassed, I just make a joke out of it. Mama One says he asks if he can be a mod if he makes an account. LOL. We shall see, Mama One. We shall see. I think you may enjoy holding that wrench. Was David here, Serena? Or just O-Dog? Yeah, I think David might be traveling. Serena says, that's true, Mama. I met Antonio years ago on YouTube, been friends for a long time. He touched my heart too. Oh, that's nice to hear, Serena. You touched my heart. Serena is one of the first channel members, and certainly one of the first people to comment with any kind of regularity. And she is as responsible for the channel growth as much as I am in helping to push the algorithm and get us noticed. And Serena says, no, David was not here. Yeah, it was O-Dog who was lurking. What's that about? No, David, I believe, is on his way to Saint Denis for business. So he might be AWOL for the week, or he might check in from the hotel. Give us a report on the po' boys and the beignets, and I don't know what else you have in Saint Denis. Eagles, O-Dog is lurking. Like Batman, as Christian would say. At any rate, friends, that's about all Miko says, here is an exclamation of verbal applause. I know that, Miko. I do. I was just teasing you. Um, I apologize, Miko. I like you. I only tease the people I like. So if I tease you, don't take it personally, or understand that it comes from a place of affection. Odog says, yes, Davey is on the road. Serena says Odog is probably watching and listening to. And Mama One says, I need to send a personal message to several members so I can give you all my contact info. Everyone is always welcome on our ranch. We have good food. And Odog is making a build on Diablo 4. Serena says, awesome stream, Antonio. Serena, you're an awesome stream. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, Miko. Shout out to the mods, Serena, Odog, Mama One, David, who's on his way to San Denis. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of enjoy your week. And we shall meet again on Wednesdays for Witcher Wednesdays. See you soon, friends.